Hi there, and welcome to honeybeeyoutarot. My name is Melissa. We're doing cards and coffee this morning and dialoguing with the Major Arcana. I have put everything that you need to know about these readings or this dialogue or this series in the description below, in the description box below, including if you need or want a reading with me or intuitive coaching. My information is there as well. Okay, so today we are having a dialogue with the Lovers card. Okay. Everyone likes to see this card, right? It's also a card that is aligned with Gemini. Let's see what we get in terms of the highest manifestation as well as the lower manifestation of this energy. Okay, so what would you like us to know about the highest manifestation of the Lovers card? Oh, that's big. Okay, the highest manifestation. Six of Buttons, which is the same as Six of Pentacles, with our reoccurring, I can't even tell you how many times I shuffle these decks in between my readings. I shuffle them while I'm seeing clients. I'm playing with these things. This card, I think, has come up 3 times so far in at the bottom of the deck or in the readings, and we are only on Major Arcana number 6, so that's really interesting. So bottom of the deck is 4 of Matches or 4 of Wands, and I love it. I mean, it's you know, community. It's the bumblebees. It's, you know, celebration, joy, stability, harmony, achievement. This is, you know, often seen as the marriage card. So it's okay. So there's that. Then we have 6 of Buttons, which is 6 of Pentacles. And on this card, we have the words listed: generosity, sharing, charity. This is, Pentacles is about earth. It's money, right? Sometimes it's work. Sometimes. It just depends. So highest manifestation, for me looking at this, it's about understanding at the highest level, this is giving and receiving in an equal manner, in a harmonious, how do I want to say this? In an effort to achieve harmony, right? Within the self and then in relationship, right? How can we achieve harmony with another if we don't already possess it within ourselves? Because the reverse words on this card says unpaid debt, stinginess, self-interest, okay? So in order to be able to give we have to have enough within ourselves that we're not afraid, you know, if I give of myself, if I, you know, share myself or my freedom with another, you know, I don't want to feel that I'm losing or in danger of losing myself. And I want to know that I'm empowered in that, and that I don't feel like you're taking anything from me. I already know I have enough. I already trust myself. Likewise, am I able to receive? Do I trust that I'm worthy of another's love, of being seen completely in all of my flaws and foibles? Or am I afraid, if you knew the real me, that you wouldn't like me, you wouldn't want me, you wouldn't, right? So it's kind of like I have to feel harmony within myself. I have to feel authentic within myself in order to be able to do this giving and receiving dance. And, you know, if we look at the Lover's card, we see the masculine and the feminine standing before the angel and before each other, naked, vulnerable, real, authentic. They have come through a place, Bull has come through a place in its journey where it is potentially now ready to make choices for itself, separate and apart from the tribe, right? So it's almost like moving into the sacral chakra, right? Like when we looked at parts of self, I had all the energy centers up here, and we have the tribe. And so we have mother, father, culture, community, whatever you want to say, that provides us with safety, security, the tribe, stability. And there are lessons that come with that, like the way they teach, their ways, their rules, their laws, their, you know, whatever it is. And then we move into the sacral chakra, which is chosen partnership and sexuality and creativity. And, you know, it's almost like right here, I'm deciding to choose what is right for me authentically, or at least I'm ready to venture out, right? I'm ready to venture out and choose my partner who I will create my family, my community, my culture, my, right? And of course, again, some of the things that we've learned, we're going to keep with us, and some we might feel are too constricting, and we're going to let go of those and start to, based on our experiences, you know, come up with our own beliefs and rules and, you know, ways of being. So they are very vulnerable, authentic, choosing each other. In a reading, you know, of course, this is like, oh, there's my soulmate, my partner, but this is also about choices. You know, what choices am I making? What choices am I willing to make? What choices are driven by my authentic self, and which are being dictated, or not choosing is being dictated by fears of what other people think, right? So there we go. Highest manifestation, being able to give and receive authentically, and living in harmony, being in harmony with myself first and then with another. Yeah, wow. Okay, and so actually in the reverse of this Four of Matches, we have leaving home, uncertainty, and inhibition. You know, so if I'm not in harmony with myself, will I be able to actually leave home, grow up, grow into myself, right? Or will I be inhibited and restricted by, you know, the shoulds and old teaching and old programming? Okay, so now what might be the lower manifestation of the Lovers card? Interesting. Okay, so we got yesterday's card. We talked about the Hierophant. So guess who's here at the bottom of the deck? The Hierophant. Okay. And what came out here? Seven of Matches. Interesting. So Seven of Wands. Higher vibrational words would be conviction, based on this card. Conviction, perseverance, vulnerability. Low protection. Lower would be giving in, feeling overwhelmed. I'm going to say defensiveness, right? So that's what I was trying to say. Like, if we're capable of standing in our truth, not feeling afraid that anyone's going to take our power away from us or our right to be who we are, then we're going to be able to be vulnerable with another. If we're not in that space, then anytime anything gets triggered where we might be, where our flaws might be exposed, or we sense that, you know, someone's trying to take something from us, yeah, we're going to get defensive. We're going to, you know, really kind of like start fighting. It's that power struggle in that many of us go through, the stage, the power struggle stage, in relationships, which is, you know, normal and valid. It's when it stays and it's just like constantly defensive and defending and, you know, on alert for attack, when that's a problem. So lower manifestation could be, you know, the Hierophant, we have morality, wisdom. On the dark side, we have rebellion, doubt, indiscretions, right? And beliefs. So, you know, what are the lower manifestations? It's interesting. I wouldn't think this would be necessarily, this isn't what I would have thought it would have come out. But this is what I'm getting. Almost choosing a partner or a situation as a way to throw a big FU out there, right, into the world, or to make partnership or choices that really are not living your personal truth. You know, they're really more about succumbing. I mean, the words here are giving in, succumbing to maybe even, you know, I think of the people whose parents leave a country, right? Because they want a better life for their children, grandchildren. They move to, let's say they move to America, and the children grow up, first generation Americans, and the parents are upset with them because they want to marry for love rather than status. And it's painful. It can be very painful for these people because they've grown up in one, like the larger culture, right? An American culture, and yet at home they're still living in the old world ways of their old world, their parents' world. And it's kind of like many of them get thrown into a position where it's like, well, if you do that, then you're choosing to not be a part of our family, right? And so some people might choose certain partners, certain jobs, make choices in order to maintain their family, in order to maintain, you know, a sense of belonging and love from their family. And that's sad to me, right? That's really, it's really painful that you would have to choose yourself and what you love and what you want for your life, for your little tiny 100 years. This is how I want to love. This is how I want to work. This is how I want to create in my 100 years. And yet I can't, because of, if I do choose me, then I'm going to get the boot, you know, from my family in any way, shape, or form that might look. And you know, you don't have to come from, your parents don't have to come from another country to experience that. We all, well, not we all, but it's a common theme, right? There's more here to this card, but that's not what these readings are about. So let's look at, based on these cards that came out, I'm choosing one question from Journaling the Tarot, a little book of big questions from Andy Matzner. Okay. So in each chapter, he lists a bunch of journal prompts, okay? And I'm just going to choose one based on the answers that we got here, or the dialoguing here. So, well, I think maybe, God, there's so many good ones. Sorry, I should have paused this. I think we'll do how true are you being to yourself? What gets in the way? What is the solution? I like that. Okay. And we're going to use the Cosmic Tarot for these questions. Okay. So the first is how true are you being to yourself? This is all one prompt, okay, but then there's like the follow-up question. So how true are you being to yourself? Whoa. Here we go. Whoops. Looks like we got the Tower. Okay. And we got the Magician. It seems that there is actually a willingness here to be true to oneself and to embrace the explosion, the dismantling of what has been, what I have been, what I have built before, in honor in honor of going back and becoming the magician and creating the life that I want, right? People see the Tower and it's pretty intimidating, right? But for me, the thing with the Tower is there's been something that we know has needed to break down. It needed to end. It needed to be dismantled in some way, shape, or form. And, you know, we all like certainty and we don't like that. And, you know, change creates conflict and chaos and who wants that? And yet, if we don't, it's going to happen like that anyway. So it's kind of like, okay, I can choose to do this. I can choose to topple the crown and the Tower. Or I can accept that I didn't choose it and it came and I'm going to have to rebuild. I'm going to have to, trust that there was a reason for this. So it seems to me like if anyone's watching this for a personal reading, that there is a willingness to knock down anything or any part of the self that hasn't been authentic, true, or honoring of oneself. Okay? What? Okay. We can say what gets in the way, or what has been in the way, or what was in the way. Let's see. What caused this Tower moment? What has gotten in the way of being true to the self? All right. Okay. 5 of Cups, 7 of Cups, and Ace of Swords. Oh, all right. So 5 of Cups, 7 of Cups, and then Ace of Swords. Okay. To me, this looks like there was a loss. And like we talked about, you know, we can lose family. If we make a certain choice that is right for us, we can lose whole parts of our lives, including people that have been with us, you know, through another season of our life. And it's appropriate to grieve that. But it's also appropriate to say, you know, that season is over. And it's okay that I've outgrown it and or I have to say goodbye. But that could be one of the issues is, loss and uncertainty about, for Seven of Cups, uncertainty and or disillusion about what I want or what I thought I wanted in my life. And therefore it's hard for me to be true to myself because maybe I just don't know. I know this isn't what's for me, but or maybe I've made choices in the past and I got burnt and I got hurt and now I'm just not sure. I don't feel solid within myself. However, right? It's like there's this new truth, or maybe a new truth came so that you could understand, or we could understand ourselves more clearly, or a new awareness, enlightenment, I've got the Prince of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. With Aquarius here. So Prince of Swords would be like an initial willingness and ability to stand in your truth, to maybe even just study more about something that you're interested in, or something that or maybe even to start writing about your story, to start expressing yourself in a way that maybe you haven't expressed, or to start telling your truth. And it's like new, right? It's starting off on this path. It seems like there was some kind of a new idea, truth, enlightenment, aha moment, something after a loss, or in trying to discover who you are or what you want, what is going to fill your cup, right? And it could be sudden. Okay. And what is the solution? Well, what gets in the way? What is the solution? Okay. What is the solution to those things that get in the way from being true to ourselves. What is the solution? What is the solution? Oof. Okay, we got the Hanged Man, the bottom of the deck. And we got the World. Endings bring new beginnings, right? A completion, a leveling up, an ability to integrate the masculine, the feminine, all parts of us, and to feel free and whole in order to be able to do the next thing that we need to do with the Two of Wands. So where, how, setting my eyes and setting my gaze and setting my intention and my dreams, right? To move forward, to go through this doorway. I've leveled up, and what comes next? You know, what comes next? I have to let one season come to an end and maybe take some time out to gain some perspective, a new perspective, some enlightenment, or it's after I have taken a time out to gain some perspective on a loss, to gain enlightenment on what it is that I want in these cups, or choices that I've made in the past that were illusionary, delusionary. And I gained enlightenment, and now I can let something end and be done and look forward to possibilities based on my dreams, my wants, my needs, and what I want to see, what I'm willing to work on moving forward, because this is the two, right? Got a ways to go. What do I feel passionate about? What moves me forward and drives me? And guess what? Tomorrow we get the Chariot card. Speaking of moving forward and driving. Okay. So, final message. Again, I've extensively shuffled. Just wanted to do this on camera. One more here. Okay. One more message. Around the Lovers energy. Okay. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is wasted. Vulture spirit in the protection message. Okay? Nothing is wasted. 63. Do you wish you could run away from your past or deny your mistakes? Not so fast, says Vulture Spirit. You have gained something valuable from the experience. Let your grief or anger move through you, and soon your emotions will transform. For you will come to see that you have learned and grown. The alchemy of transformation is a gift from spirit, so never disown what embarrassed, disappointed, or shamed you. It will soon be a source of great wisdom and strength as you work with the magic that allows miracles to be created out of sadness and beauty to arise from ugliness. Vulture Spirit wants you to know that you embody beauty and the alchemical transformation of the past is happening already. Hang in there. You are so loved and so much beauty is waiting to come out of all of this. Okay, well, I hope that was helpful, enlightening, gives you something to think about. I hope that you're enjoying this series. And wow, have a wonderful day and be well.